In 8.1 on page 222, we are being asked to do the closing entries for a business. All of the closing entries are going to come from the partial worksheet that's given in the problem, and primarily we're going to be looking at our income statement columns right here for most of the information. In order to do closing entries, it's a 4-step process, but let's just get this started. We're going to number the journal page 8 because that's what it says in the directions, and when we do closing entries, we center the heading closing entries, so when somebody looks at this journal, they know exactly what we're doing. All right, using the cheat sheet that I've given you, we're starting with step 1, which says close all income statement accounts with credit balances. So when I go back to my worksheet, I'm going to look at the income statement credit column, and we have one credit, which is sales. In order to close that out, we have to give sales a debit. So when we do this, our date is April 30th. We debit sales for $2,160. We need a credit partner, and that's going to be income summary for $2,160. So that's step 1. Going back to the cheat sheet, step 2 says to close all income statement accounts with debit balances. So here in my worksheet, here's my income statement debit column, and here are all of my debits. We have to close all these out with credits, but we need one debit totaling all these to make sure that our debits and credits equal. So because we're on the second step, I'm going to give it a date. We are going to debit income summary. I don't know the amount quite yet. And now I'm going to start writing in all of those expenses. So advertising expense will be a credit for $460. Cash short and over $6. Insurance expense $125. Miscellaneous expense $189. Supplies expense $153, and utilities expense $550. So now we're going to add up all of these, and that's going to give us our debit for income summary, and that's $1,483. Step 3 on our cheat sheet says to record net income or net loss to the owner's capital account. So when we look at the worksheet, down here we have net income, and that amount is $677. To show a net income, I'm going to write the date. We are going to debit income summary for $677, and we are going to credit the owner's capital, which is Connor Whitney Capital, for $677. Step 3 is done. Step 4 says to close drawing into the owner's capital account. So if we come back, this is the only time we're going to look at our balance sheet amount, and drawing is a debit for $1,700. So to close it, we would give it a credit. So in this situation, our debit is again going to be Connor Whitney Capital for $1,700, and we credit Connor Whitney Drawing to close it out. All right, so those are our 4 closing entries. What we're going to do now is post all of these to the general ledger. I'm not going to show you the process of doing that because you know, but I'll come back in a moment and show you exactly what it looks like.